Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Angie. This is New Path Tarot, and right now I am shuffling cards to select for your piles that you're going to choose from to see what messages are here for you today. So these messages are intended, this is funny, I said intended as the word intention came out on this card, so it just caught my eye. But yeah, this reading is intended to be what you need to hear right now. So I'm going to let you select from the piles, and keep in mind that the main cards may or may not have any bearing on the pile itself. It's just a way to help you select. So if you're a visual person, it gives you something to kind of focus on, to let your intuition work through you. Okay, so you already saw for pile 2, that was the intention card. I'll show it again, but first let's show pile 3. Yeah, let's just go way out of order and confuse everyone and show pile 3. Yeah, right. No, pile 1, your card is emerging. Pile 2, your card is intention. And now, pile 3, your card is children. So I will show you all 3 cards so that you can see them at the same time and allow yourself to not be biased on which one it may be. Emerging, intention, and children. I'm not sure if I put them, I think I might have put them so that's 3, 2, 1. But children is 3 and emerging is 1. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let me pause the video really quick while I get ready for pile 1. If you're 2 or 3, go ahead and skip to your pile in the timestamps in the comments or the descriptions, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, so pile 1, your initial card emerging. I'm going to select 2 more cards from this particular deck to start with to get more messages for you. Support and music. So before I turned the video on, I was shuffling and music tried to come out. That tried to be pile 1's initial card, just so you know. So I don't know what is the deal with music and you, but something is significant with music more than just the average fact that that came out. Okay, so let me put these to the side and select your next cards while I start to think about this. Emerging, support, music, accept paradox. We've gotten that card before. I like that one. It's fun. Declutter. These cards are calling you out, aren't they? And forgiveness. Interesting. Okay, now let's go to tarot, and I really got to shuffle these good because I haven't used them in a while, and I didn't pre-shuffle them. So let me give it a good mix up real quick before I count anything that might come out. One more. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle like I normally do when I'm looking for cards. And we're going to select 3 of them. Alright, here's one. Initiate of Pentacles. In this deck, Initiate. I'm not sure, I'm assuming it's Page. I'm assuming that the Initiate is the Page. Too many. I think this is a pagan deck. I mean, I'm sure it's a pagan deck, but I think that's what it's called too. It's like pagan something, pagan tarot. I'm using it because honestly, this is really weird. Like, I went to pick the deck and I wanted to use it, and then I was like, this feels like Halloween-y, even though, because some of the cards that I previewed had a Halloween look to them, just because they're spooky, you know. Some of them, like this one, has a spirit on it. The stars. They call it stars instead of star. I like that. Okay. So,
I don't know that one.
well, me either, Alexa. I don't know that one either. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Wee! What did I say that made her think I was talking to her? I don't know, but whatever. Um, moving on to try to get my soul back in my body, considering that scared the crap out of me. Ten of Wands, Initiate of Pentacles, the Stars. Forgiveness, declutter, accept paradox. Music, support, and emerging. So besides music just being, like I said, a standalone message, I'm getting with some of you guys, you got a paradox going on of something that is interesting to me to think about lately. This idea that we are humans having or we are spirits having a human experience. I was going to say we are humans stuck here, but technically we're all incarnated angels. Whether you believe that or not, you don't have to. That's just my theory that I've come up with over the years that I've heard that made sense. It rings true to me. Emerging to me feels like you're emerging out of your humanness into your soul nature. And we have the ancestors and spirit guides and angels and everybody here supporting this process happening for all of us. And it's difficult. This incarnation, I'm not going to lie, like this is not an easy incarnation for any of us. It wasn't already, and then the last few years it's ramped up. So me seeing the positive in things, I'm going to go ahead and say that to stay positive, we have to see it in a positive light, which is it's accelerating the ascension of the planet. And that's the paradox that I think that I'm learning to accept, is that, which it's already always looked like this to me, negativity seems to accelerate things faster than positivity, unfortunately. So I think forgiveness, I've been seeing a lot about Ho'oponopono lately. I think forgiveness is a big part of this. Forgiveness for ourselves, for, I guess, choosing to incarnate in such a difficult time around this time. Forgiveness for others for also having a hard time with this incarnation. Forgiveness that it is this way. This planet is set up this way, and that we came to incarnate in a planet that's so difficult. Those are the three that come to my mind most. But just forgiveness for how the whole thing is set up. I feel like we're lost and forgotten here in a big way. Like, I know personally I can feel spirit, but it's almost not enough. It's enough, but it's almost not enough. And for a lot of people, it literally isn't enough because they might not have that same connection. So we're literally walking around like a lost planet down here, in my opinion. So we have this spirit support, but do we really see and feel it is an individual thing, you know? One of the things that has helped me in my past and can still help me sometimes when I'm feeling low is music. Music can help. You know, you might have that particular song or songs that you go to when you're having a hard time, and those songs help get you through the hard times. So going to those to kind of help try to bring you back to the era when maybe you thought things were difficult then, but maybe they're more difficult now in a different way. Things are always difficult. It's just a matter of, like, perspective. So with declutter, let me show you these cards, by the way. They're very nice and artistic, and maybe you'll get something subconscious from them. That's kind of how I use them, is I read them subconsciously. I look at the artwork to help me bring the messages in. Accept paradox. Declutter. Decluttering mentality is what's really coming to mind for me with this card. And forgiveness. Decluttering mentality, old mentalities that don't fit you anymore, that maybe you held commonly accepted from other people, but maybe now not so much applying to your mentality that currently fits. It's like you're outgrowing what used to work for you. And moving on to the tarot, we got Initiate of Pentacles. And the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is always my overwork card, and coupled with declutter makes me think you got a whole lot to sort through. Maybe physically too, like in your physical life. And the stars, this is what I was talking about. Some people can see and feel spirit and others can't. Obviously, in this card, the force is strong with you. You feel it. But is that enough to help with your daily life? Maybe not. Maybe you need an extra push. Maybe you need some extra help. Maybe you can't do it all on your own. Maybe you need to figure out, and I mean literally figure out a way to balance everything and get some support for yourself. Because if you've ever heard of ascension symptoms, you could be going through a lot emotionally, mentally, physically, and it's all behind the scenes. And you're not really like understanding that or giving your body like as much time, attention, rest, and recovery that it needs. Maybe because that's part of that old outdated mentality, is like a lot of other people don't need that, so why do I? But you need more support in those areas than the average person, because you are what I would call a starseed. So starseeds being another term that's kind of like on the parallel energy frequency as being a human incarnated angel. So whatever term you call it, I use those interchangeably a lot of times, or I'll use them together to explain two different versions of the same kind of thing. You're not just a simple plain human wearing clothes, walking around doing daily life things, and then you die one day and that's it. You're here to help ascend the planet. That's why things are difficult for you here, maybe more than other people. So a lot of times with this forgiveness card, we have to have forgiveness for all these other people who are either also starseeds but aren't going to awaken this lifetime, because that does happen sometimes, or they'll awaken and go back to sleep, or they're just not going to awaken this lifetime. Like, it's just not ever meant to happen. They're just too human, and they're too, not to say they're not starseeds still, but when they're just so wrapped up into how this world works, and they are not able to declutter the mentalities that are old and shift out of them, those people we got to have forgiveness for, because technically that's who we came here for, is all the people and the planet. The planet needs a lot of our support right now. Maybe these beings aren't even concerned with us. They're like, oh, this poor planet, it really needs some love right now. Because it's true. Got so many animals that are going endangered, and all the garbage on the planet, literally. Something that I always thought about as a kid. I was like, isn't the garbage just gonna pile up over, like, I just saw how it goes out every week, and I'm like, if my house uses that much garbage, and then all those other houses use that much garbage, and then you add all that up to the one place, how long is it going to be before that fills up? And my brain just was like, this doesn't make any sense. I didn't know the word sustainable at the time, but if I did, I would have been like, this is not sustainable. But that's where I'm going with this, is those kind of things you're needed for. And you probably are also very connected to and sensitive to the needs of the earth. So again, that's where that forgiveness comes in, of how it needs to be addressed, but it's currently not being addressed. And how to kind of deal with those thoughts and emotions that arise from that. Okay, so I hope that at the very least gave you a little bit of feeling of peace, and maybe a little bit of a boost too, would be my hope. Because if your energy is like how I'm picking up on for this pile, it just seems like it needs a little bit of a boost and a little bit of some recognition. So that's what I'm giving you here today. I'm just here to support you with this process. And if there's anything that you need, or any clarity or clarification that you need regarding your own personal ascension and or the ascension of others and the planet, ask me any questions you have, and I'll be glad to share my current perspectives of those topics. Otherwise, if you want a more personalized reading, I do offer those on my website, and the link is in my comment box or description box, whatever you call it. And also, you can just get a hold of me and we can set that up. So in the meantime, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to move on to pile 2. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye. Hey pile 2, what's up? Your initial card was intention. Okay, so I'm going to now select 2 more cards from the same deck to get more messages for you today. We have nature and playfulness. Nature comes up a lot for some reason. It's like we apparently all need more nature, because Spirit just never hesitates to let us know that one. Nature, intention, nature, playfulness. Playing in nature, setting an intention to spend time in nature. Those are easy ones that I could blend together without having to think too hard about it. Alright, I'm selecting more cards to get more context for your pile today. We got integration. Sometimes you need to be in nature to integrate something. Constraints. That one's come up. Both of those have come up before in different piles. So if you've ever watched other groups that I have these cards and set boundaries, that one's come up before too. If you've ever watched one where I have any of those cards in your pile, keep that in mind that you're getting repeats. Okay. Let us see what we get from regular tarot. Okay. 2 of Pentacles. The World. 2 of Wands. So you got the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Oh, you got another one trying to come out. 6 of Wands. I'll take it. Okay, let me show you these. Integration, constraints. And set boundaries. And then Two of Pentacles. The World. Look at how cool this one looks. It's got like stuff floating around her and she's making it hover. And she's balancing on what looks like an iceberg. And then it looks like the sky is on fire behind her. A lot going on here. Reminds me of training, like astral training. Two of Wands. And the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is like a really good card to get. It's a victory card. I want to show you on the Two of Pentacles what I see. You see the two people in the yard holding, it looks like flowers. No, they're not holding flowers. It's just the wrinkles in their outfit. Anyways, the two people in the yard, and then the main person is the Two of Pentacles energy, which is like going, it looks like she's on her way to work, like she's in a hurry. And usually Two of Pentacles is a multitasking type card. And then I'll show you the Two of Wands. She's planning. She's already on the road. She's got a backpack. She's got a walking stick. It looks like her walking stick even, yeah, has a crystal on it, and it's like got a prism of light coming from it. She is on the go. So you have two different energies of being on the go. A victory card, a very positive world card with all this like cool stuff going on. Because the person on the world card is very clearly, in my opinion, powerful and a master of their abilities, making all these things happen. So here's one thing I have with set boundaries that's coming up. I feel like that is for you to keep in mind regarding other people, because you might be at the top of your game right now, and when that happens, sometimes people start to notice you and notice what you might have to offer them. So keep in mind that, you know, at this time you're shining really brightly. You're like that prism. You got the sun shining on you and you're just like beaconing out all these different colors right now. However, with Two of Pentacles isn't always without some kind of struggle, and you have constraints here too. So I want to go ahead and say there is still more to go. You haven't arrived yet, which I think you already know that. In fact, this card, when I'm looking at the artwork on it, it looks to me like a mountain that's being climbed, and you're maybe reaching the summit of it, but you're not quite there yet. So still more to go, but you're at a resting point right now. And this integration is literally like when you climb a mountain, if you ever have done it before, because I climbed Mount Fuji, and there's certain places you can start on the mountain. So you start at a certain point, and then you climb for some amount of time, and then you get to a stopping point. And when you get there, they take your walking stick and they put like a stamp on it. It burns it into the wood. And it just tells you, okay, you reached this part. So then what they have there is like you can eat soup, you can get something to drink, you can sit down and rest for a little bit, you can take pictures. But the point is that you stop there, take a minute, then you climb again. Now some of them come up really quick and you don't really stop. You're like, wow, we already got to the next one, because some of them are just back to back like that. Other ones are further apart from each other. So when that happens, when they're further apart from each other, you definitely want to take advantage when you get to the next one. You're like climbing for a while and you're like, oh, when's the next stop? So that's kind of where I'm getting is you're at one of those stops right now that the next one isn't going to be for a while. So you want to take advantage of this stop. You want to get something to eat. You want to go to the bathroom. You want to take your pictures and get something to drink at this stop and integrate everything that you've come across so far. And that way, when you start going again this time, you're going to be nice and refreshed, ready to go, have a little snack in your backpack, and you're going to be golden. And the playfulness part that you guys got, I think really needs to happen too. I think playfulness is something to take forward with you from this stop. Because now that you've come to where, as far as you've come, then you know, like, okay, I've made it this far, I'm going to keep going. Have a little playfulness this time. And then, last but not least, setting your intention before you go forward, or as you're going forward, for what you want to accomplish between now and the next stop. Just knowing that there's a next stop coming up can help you kind of focus what you're doing now as you go forward, so that you're not overwhelmed, so that you're not going in a way that is like hurried or rushed. Take your time, plan this out, but also enjoy it. And that's like honestly the best way to deal with any task that you have now and in future. Not trying to do everything all at once, but pacing yourself. Okay, just because, I don't know why, even though you got an extra tarot card to begin with, I feel like there's an extra card for you, or an extra message for you. So let me see what it might be. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a money card. If you're having any financial difficulties right now, and the Tower. So, especially if you're having any difficulties right now, you might be going, wait, this is a resting period? Like, what? It might not feel like as positive of a message as I felt like it was, because I'm sensing the overall energy of the mountain climb. I'm not sensing how difficult this particular part of it was or is for you. And I'm saying words like playfulness and nature, and you're just like, yeah, this doesn't sound like my life right now. Well, that's kind of a point there to be made, if that's the case, that you are having difficulties right now, and my message was so positive for you. It's like, keep in mind that this is meant to be what you need to know and not what you already know. So how does it apply to you overall? It shows you that the problems that you're currently having may not be as dramatic as they're feeling like, and they're temporary is more the point. Okay. All right, that's it for you guys, pile 2. I'm going to leave you there. If you want to look into your situation more closely with a microscope, contact me and we can do that for you. You can get a hold of me on my website, or just contact me directly in the comments, or any other way that you see fit. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys another day. And if you want to pick another pile, I'm about to start pile 3 right now. Hey pile 3, what's up? I am getting your cards ready So your main card was children. Okay. And then you got Archangel Michael as your second. Actually, yeah, that was your second card, but I had it turned over because I was still finishing up pile 2. So yeah, Archangel Michael is your second. Your third card is meditation. And I feel like I need to pick another card because to me children is like a side message, like how with pile 1 I had gotten music as a side message. All right, romance. Ooh, nice. Okay, so let me put these aside. And I'm selecting 3 cards from the Visionary Oracle. Do nothing. Healing. I get the do nothing card a lot on these videos. There we go. And shatter expectations. Ooh. And then I had already selected your tarot, but I haven't seen it yet. So we got the 8 of Wands sitting around with a whole bunch of stuff around her. But she's got a smile on her face, it looks like. I think so. We have Temperance. Also got a lot going on. And Empress. A mother with her child and her mother, so grandmother, outside, planting in the garden. The Empress is like, and so you got children and children showing up. The Empress is like going above and beyond is how I've been seeing it lately. Like, not only are you handling something that needs to be done, but maybe it's something even extra, like you're feeling like super mom or super person at the time that you're handling that thing. I'll show you these visionary cards. We got do nothing, healing, and shatter expectations. And I use these cards to get messages subconsciously by looking at the artwork in them. Let me see what I get for you guys now that I have everything laid out. I'm not sure I showed you, I know I showed you Archangel Michael, I'm not sure I showed you the meditation card or not. And I don't think I showed you the romance card. Okay, one message that's coming to mind, this is definitely not going to apply to all of you. But you might be having another child. If you don't want that, then take precautions in order to ensure that that doesn't happen for you. If you do want that, then there you go, there's your message. Now, with Archangel Michael and meditation, a message that I'm getting is basically to connect with Archangel Michael and or whatever spirit guide or angel or whatever ancestor you want to connect with, because I feel like there's messages for you in waiting that I personally am not going to be able to get on this kind of reading. Like if you did a one-on-one, you're probably due for a one-on-one reading with me, but not. Some of you guys, this feels career related because of Temperance and the 8 of Wands imagery. It feels career and everyday life and responsibilities, handling, like tasks and things like that. That's the energy I'm getting from this pile of things that need to be addressed. So I can't really do that on a general reading. But you got do nothing and healing. Sometimes do nothing to me is not do nothing. Like I literally get about it that it means to do something. to not do nothing. And in your case, I'm kind of getting that. I'm getting like it's not about, it's not like telling you to do nothing. It's saying there's something that does need to be done. But doing nothing, it does seem like you're having healing happening and taking place. So don't like go hard on yourself about that. In fact, it doesn't seem like do nothing. It seems like going above and beyond is what is happening here. So if that's the case, if let's say you've got like 10 things you needed to get done in general on your to-do list, and 9 of those things are like everyday life type things, and one of them is above and beyond, doesn't really need to get done, but it's like something you want to do that thing. I know it just probably sounds really counterintuitive, but I'm saying something like planting a garden energy to it. Something that's extra, like you need this, you need that, yeah, we know. But that's not going to fulfill you or make you happy when you accomplish that thing. But this over here, this thing, though it doesn't need to happen necessarily, when you finish that thing, when you accomplish that, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel like you just accomplished the world. So that's what I'm going with. When I put the cards away, oh, this is cool. Didn't you get healing? Yeah, you got healing from another, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. When I put the cards away, I put them facing me on accident instead of the other way. So this one card just keeps like getting my eye, and I keep looking at it even though it's not technically one of the cards I selected for you, which is blessings. So the blessings card is literally just popping out saying like you've got this in waiting for you. It almost feels to me like the healing has to happen and then the blessings will take place, because the very second card behind it was healing. So I was like, wait a minute, healing, that's the next card. That's what you got in this deck. So healing. And like I said, I know it's not one of your pre-selected cards. That would have been pretty interesting, but nonetheless, that blessings card was just getting my attention, wanting me to select it, so I did. I like this romance card being in here. If you have a partner, then you can apply that to your life. If not, it's not to say, especially with shatter expectations getting my eye now in meditation, it's like you don't have to have a partner in order to feel like you're able to have like that kind of connection with yourself. These cards, all these tarot cards, none of them have a partner. She has a mom in the Empress card, but this woman is handling her life on her own, is what it looks like in both these cards. So whether you're a man, woman, whether you're partnered up or not, I'm just saying that you don't have to have that in order to be successful. If I got to tell you that, then I will. You can be single and thrive. Might not be fun all the time, but you can do it. I promise. Now remember what I said about it looks like she's smiling? She's paying bills. And she's got her money out and she's got her bills out, and you know why she's smiling is because she's able to pay them all with the money she's got. So whether you're literally in that same boat or you're not, it's the energy of it that I am drawn to. And then also keep in mind 8 of Wands is a communication card. So sometimes with this card, it's possible you might hear from somebody that you haven't heard from for a while. So because you got romance and you got communication energy going on, then keep in mind that could be something going on too. Alright, I'm going to pick one last tarot card just to kind of see if there's anything residual. I guess it's that one. Seven of Pentacles. She looks like she's doing a meditation and she's doing something with earth magic or something like that, nature magic. I'm not very familiar with that kind of stuff, but I do know about it enough to know that it's a thing that people do. So like she's reviving a dead plant kind of thing. She's giving it energy. Could be like Reiki or something like that. And you got healing twice. So maybe you need to get some Reiki would be another message for you, potentially. Especially if you're somebody who you feel like, if you say you got children and you've been running dry and you're just like, I am so tired and all this sort of thing, setting some time aside to get some Reiki would not necessarily be a bad idea for you at this time. That's what I'm getting, if you can make it happen. So if you're a Reiki practitioner yourself, if you can find a Reiki share, that would be really good at this time. Okay? Alright, well, I'm going to leave you guys there. That's all I got for you today. If you want to look into an in-depth reading, I also do offer healing. I didn't say this in the first two groups because it didn't seem applicable, but I offer distance healing where I do a scan of your energy body and I can tell you the areas that have something going on, and I can tell you what is going on with them and then what you need to do about it. But I can do that, and or a chakra clearing, which is also needed for you. Like, I suggest people do chakra clearings weekly if you don't do your own. To have somebody else do it with a pendulum, it resets them to optimal, so that going forward you don't have that anymore. So what I always tell people is, if it comes back again, then that means it's something that's still in your life causing it, and that thing needs to be addressed. I hope that made sense. I wasn't really planning on giving a speech on my chakra clearing or my energy scans today, but either way, if you have any questions about either of those services, just hit me up, let me know, and I can go over that with you for your own personal needs. In the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you another time. Thanks. Bye.